You want to be known as the person with the most kick-ass communication skills that anybody knows, but you don't want to have to sit through those boring, tedious communication skills training lessons that really have a lot of fluff in theory but no substance. You'll want to subscribe to this channel because there's going to be a new one coming out every single week, and you'll be able to take what you learn and apply it immediately. No fluff, no boring. Watch this. In that moment between event and response, when we recognize something as a situation that can have significant consequences in our professional future. Those are the moments where before we speak, we want to stop and have something to reference in terms of, all right, who am I? Why am I here? What do I want? Because what most people do is when we are in a difficult situation or something that's an emotionally charged situation, it's stressful for some reason, and stressful situations aren't bad. It just signals, okay, this is going to call for me to dig a little bit deeper. When we find ourselves in those situations, most people think at that moment, okay, what do I want here? And what's in the brain starts to come out of the mouth. But that's a huge mistake because during those moments when we are emotionally charged, we become drugged and start to think crazy things. And we start to think we are people that we are not. We all know what that's like when we are in our personal relationships, when we find ourselves in a heated debate or a heated argument, or we are in an emotionally charged situation. It could be with a sister or a boyfriend or girlfriend or a spouse or a child. We say crazy things and they fly out of our mouth. And in that moment, they seem like the exact right thing to say. This is what I'm thinking. This is what you need to hear. I've always wanted to tell you this and I'm telling it to you now. And then we have to then go later on and say, I apologize. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I said that. And it's because we were drugged. We were crazy. We think crazy thoughts. And we start thinking things like when we're, let's say, dealing with a difficult person, we think, someone needs to teach you a lesson. And lucky for you, today is your lucky day. I am just the person to teach you that lesson. I can be nastier than you. I can be ruder than you. I can show you. We start to think these thoughts. Or we start to think, I'm going to retreat and just not deal with this at all. But what we want to do is, long before these situations happen, we want to create some tools, as I mentioned, to reference so that in this sliver in time between event and response, between what happens and how we respond to it or what we say, in that, I just remembered I needed to lower my desk. In that sliver in time, we want to be able to stop and think, okay, who did I say I was? Who did I affirm that I was when I was sane and sober? Because when we are emotionally charged, we are neither one of those. But I remember that I wrote down, I'm a kind person. I'm a compassionate person. I wrote down who I am, and that's who I am anywhere, everywhere. I wrote down why I'm here, not at work, but on the planet. I wrote down what I want, not out of my job, but out of my life. And it's when we do that, there's something truly mystical about when we write things down about who we are and why we're here and what we want. They used to call people who wrote those things down witches and wizards, and they called what they wrote down spells because things magically come to pass and the universe conspires in our favor when we take the time to write things down. That has power. I went off a little bit about that because I wanted to stress how important it is that you do go through that communication starter kit so that you have those materials. Having said that, by the way, the kit will teach you how to use them and how to develop them. But that's always going to be a core for any professional because during those moments, you'll notice how some people, the really polished communicators that we know, even when they're taken off guard, even when they don't know what's coming, they always seem to have just the right words where even if it's to stall for time, they are true to who they are. That is really difficult to do in stressful moments. And the only thing that can give us a chance at being true to who we are, regardless of the outcome, let's say, even if we're at work and we know, okay, what I'm about to say could cost me my job, but it's not going to cost me my dignity. It's not going to cost me my self-love because I'm going to remember who I am in this moment. And when the substance of who we are is clear, the form of our message takes shape more naturally. because many times we're struggling to find the words. We're struggling to find the words. And if there's no substance behind the form of our message, because there's the substance of our message, which is us, and then there's the form of our message, which is the words that we say. If we are clear, crystal clear as to who we are, even when I have no script for this, I have no tactic for this, I never saw this coming, the words that I say, the form of my message will take shape naturally and be much truer to who I am, as long as I have first made sure that the substance of my message is crystal clear. I know who I am, I know what I want, and I know why I'm here. If you ask the average person, hey, who are you? If you had to describe yourself, who are you? The average person will say, oh, what do you mean? Which is natural, because most people don't ever stop and think, who am I? And most people don't ever stop if you ask the average person, what do you want? Like, what do you really want in your life right now? What are you working for? What are you here for? What do you go home? What are you there for? Most people are like, what do I want? I don't know. Who are you? What do you want? And why are you here? No idea. And if you just take the time to pick 3 words, I know I am compassionate, kind, and loving. I am here to learn and to enjoy myself and to shine light in the darkness. I want financial independence. I want peace. I want love. That's good enough. During that sliver in time, I'm going to use that as my substance to reference before I speak, and the substance takes form so that it can take form more clearly and more easily. Let's talk about scripts, especially for the professional communicator for delivering bad news. Make sure to subscribe for the next lesson. I'm going to be putting them out at least once a week. And again, if you found value in this, please support this channel by sharing it on Facebook and Twitter and anywhere else people might go to get information like this. And remember, the most important lesson of all is that there's nothing you have to say that you can't say in a loving way. So if you need more help doing that, again, please subscribe to this channel and stop on by DanO'ConnorTraining.com for more lessons like this and premium communication skills training resources. And do not stop now. If you like this and you need more help, check out this video.